Here's an interesting thing. One second. Coffee. One thing I keep saying I need to stop doing, yet continue doing it because I've tricked myself into thinking that it's more use to me than it actually is. Alright. This is from Collider. Star Trek Starfleet Academy review. A bold new era for the Star Trek franchise is here. Have you seen the show? By Samantha Coley. After the heights of Star Trek Picard Season 3... Notice she didn't say all of Star Trek Picard, just Season 3. And the lows of Star Trek Section 31... Well, at least they're acknowledging that Section 31 was terrible. I wasn't quite sure what to expect with Star Trek Starfleet Academy. With a cast led by the Academy Award winner Holly Hunter and a slate of bright up-and-coming stars, Starfleet Academy is the first of its kind in the Star Trek universe. What? Telling a story that follows a slightly younger demographic than the standard space crew. This series has been in development nearly as long as Star Trek has been back on the air following the release of Star Trek Discovery. Oh. I thought she was trying to make like some outlandish claim, like it was all the way back during Gene Roddenberry's era. In Discovery in 2017, and it came as a surprise to many when it was announced as a quasi-Discovery spin-off in 2023. Now, having seen the first 6 episodes of the show's first season, I can definitely say Star Trek Academy is the best Star Trek series of the modern era. Well, it's a very low bar. Starfleet Academy is both a breath of fresh air and a love letter to everything that came before. What? Are you kidding me? A love letter? You call that a love letter? Dumping on all the old shows, saying that we need to correct it for a modern audience. Even making Gene Roddenberry a janitor in the show, and call that a love letter? Hating everything that came before it? That set it up for success, and it still flopped on its face? Call that a love letter? The series features a handful of deeply interesting, engaging, and relatable characters with dynamic. What do you mean relatable? Where are you getting that from? Have you actually seen the show? Okay, maybe it's relatable to you, specifically. No. What? How is that relatable to anyone? Alright. It's Collider. This might be strike one for Collider. Well, we'll see how it goes later, and it may go the way of Screen Rant. With a perfect blend of episodic and narrative storytelling. Who paid you to say that? Come on, who is paying you? Was it Paramount? Is it what's his face? What's his name? Kurtzman. Is it Kurtzman himself? Did he write you a check for a good review of his crappy series? Blend of the series bridges the past and future in a way that should fill viewers with hope. Did you see the show? No, you didn't. She didn't actually see the show. Or maybe she did, and she's just deliberately misrepresenting it. Nah, maybe I'll be generous and say that she didn't actually see the show. She's just writing what the network told her to say. Set after the 4th season of Discovery, Starfleet Academy takes place in the 23rd century and follows the first class of cadets to attend the newly reopened titular school after the... Ain't the com badge! I'm sorry, No. Relatable? Relatable? So yeah, got people eating their comm badges. You got what? The Romulans giving the middle fingers. You got the head of the school just letting the kids be all willy-nilly and do whatever they want and not actually teach them anything or teach them dumb things. You think that's relatable? You think that what was I? First class cadets attend the newly reopened titular school after the burn devastated much of the galaxy. That was a stupid idea. I don't know why they did that. I'm sorry, it's just that I don't know, all of Kurtzman Trek has just been a massive disappointment. It's just been like most an insane thing after the other. All anti-Star Trek. Sort of. You know what? Why didn't they just say it was in the Kelvin timeline? Why didn't they say it was like in the of the rebooted movies? That would solve like so many problems. Or at least be more palatable. Where was I? The burn. Though the series features a handful of characters that appeared in other Star Trek shows, like Robert Picardo. Well, who else? Or I guess you're talking about the Kurtzman Star Trek shows. Much like most shows within the franchise, it requires little to no prior knowledge of the universe and serves as an excellent entry point for new viewers. Yeah, suppose so. I guess they kind of catch you up on everything you need to know for the series in the first. Not that it's the plus or anything, that's bare minimum of what you should be doing. Leading the series as a Lanthanite, the Star Trek. Why did they even do that? Why this Lanthanite, stupid Lanthanite thing? People live like hundreds of years. You know, we already had people that lived hundreds of years. The Elorians, remember them? No, of course you don't, because you didn't do any studying up on the old Trek stuff. Kurtzman, you dope. Like Star Trek Strange New Worlds, own quirky engineer Pelia Carol Kane. Oh, brah. The one good character from Star Trek Strange New Worlds. That, the angry Andorian engineer guy. Is kinda cool. But I guess they killed him off for no reason. Hunter's Chancellor Nala Ake has been around for more than 4 centuries and marches to the beat of her own drum because of it. And why is she the Chancellor of an Academy? If she marches to the beat of her own drum, how is she supposed to be educating kids if she can't be educated herself? Paralleling her journey at the head of a young roster of cadets is Sandro Rosta's Caleb Mir, who is only using his current position as means to find his mother and stay out of jail. How is he supposed to find his mom in the academy? Like, staying out of jail, I understand that part. It's like if you get a kid a choice to either go to jail or go to juvie or go to the military or army school. What's the army school thing? The academy, whatever. Like, of course they're gonna take it. But how are you supposed to find your mom if you're in the academy? You got to be doing research, and you gotta be learning stuff and things. How do you have time searching the galaxy for someone? I say as though the writers wanted things to make sense in their show. Nala has a soft spot for Caleb due to the part she played in separating him from his mother over a decade before the events of the series, and doing right by him is a significant motivator in getting her back in the captain's chair as Chancellor of Academies following her previous registration. Would that be like a conflict of interest kind of thing? like having the head of the academy be the judge that sent your mom to jail. Like, wouldn't there be like some kind of conflict there, like a moral conflict? Like, can you really be like, can you have like treat this kid equally, like as you should be doing if you're the one who put his mom in jail, and not giving like special treatment to one kid? Yeah. Again, as though the writers were trying to make it make sense. Where was I? The life back. No one knows. Where am I? Following previous. Getting back into capture following previous. Weaving their fates together as Paul Giamatti's Nas Baraka. Sounds like a Star Wars name, brother. A dastardly space pirate who's half Klingon, half Tellarite. Man, everybody's just half Klingon nowadays. And entirely conniving. Like all the best villains, Baraka is over-the-top outlandish and unapologetically wicked. Yeah, it's Paul Giamatti. Well, he can play over-the-top when he wants to. Probably the only fun thing in the show. I mean, but he's not in it very much. And while, yes, he's always looking out for himself and first foremost, he also believes he's doing a service to the galaxy that Starfleet abandoned in the wake of the burn. Robert Picardo and Tig Notaro reprise the roles from previous Star Treks, with both getting to put a new spin on their work as instructors at the Academy alongside Gina Yershuri's Laura Thok, another Star Wars name, the Academy's Klingon Jem'Hadar Cadet Master, the continuity error character, Cadet Master, who is nurturing as she is intimidating. Intimidating? Maybe to a buffet. Yeah, no. This was a paid review. Like, other than getting getting paid by the website for doing it. It's just like a paid opinion. I think it's a better way of putting it, having paid opinions. Yeah. But how long is this? Maybe I'll just go until I can't stand it anymore. Well, the rich conflict between that and Trio serves as running through... Wait, did I miss a paragraph? Who's Trio? Oh, that Trio. The conflict, that Trio serves as a running thread through the season. The rest of the ensemble is filled with equally engaging characters. I would beg to differ. That all have their own reasons for coming to Starfleet Academy. Bella Shepard's Genesis Lith. What's with all these Star Wars names? Usually Star Trek names are just one word. But I don't know why they need everyone to have like two names nowadays. Is what amounts to a Starfleet Army brat with a heavily decorated father she's seeking to impress. Eric Brooks plays holographic cadet Sam. Oh yeah, another continuity error character. Series acclamation mill. How's that supposed to mean? What the heck? An emissary for the photonic people of Kask, whom we've learned more about in one of the best episodes of the entire franchise. What? What are you talking about? When did we learn about hologram people? Or is that in one of the Discovery shows? Or Strange New Worlds or something? I don't know. I didn't watch it. I gave up on those shows long ago. So I have no idea what they're talking about. George Hawkins plays Heartthrob. Why is there a hologram? Yeah, another tangent, I guess. Like, a hologram is a program made of ones and zeros. Why is a hologram, like, in a school? Why does it just download all the information it needs? Again, as though the writers were trying to make it make sense. George Hawkins plays Heartthrob Darum Remy, a Keonian with a competitive streak. A mile wide. Oh, competitive streak mile wide. Covering his surprisingly soft side and heart of gold. Of course, they all have hearts of gold. Kerem Daeng is the pacifist Klingon Jaden. See, if you put a hyphen in the middle of a regular name, that makes it an alien name. Yeah. Jaden correct. Again, more Star Wars names. This is the most unnecessary thing to have added to the show. Who blends Klingon honor with the heart of a healer. I mean, like the other Klingons have done in the past. There have been Klingon doctors before. There's been Klingon scientists too. So I don't know what ground we're breaking here. I guess being a pacifist. I guess he's one of those contradictory characters, which maybe in a better series that would have worked. If you had like better writers, better, more talented writers, talented producers, maybe that would work. That might have been like an interesting kind of episode, maybe in like Next Generation. I could see that. But again, we're in the age of incompetence. Yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe like or maybe I won't get into it. Who blends Klingon with the heart of a healer. Finally, Zoe Steiner plays Betazoid student who catches Caleb's eye early on and carries the weight of her planet's future along with a heavy emotional burden. Okay. So again, in a better series, you know what? In a non-Kurtzman Trek setting, I could see this actually being something interesting. Because like all this is, I think, pretty decent setups for characters and things. Like I could see like doing that might be interesting doing like a Starfleet Academy show. But the problem is we have less talented writers than we used to make this kind of thing interesting and actually play it out, see where it could go. So, yeah, I think maybe this idea was too late for its time. I think maybe the best time for something like this would have been in the TNG era. Like, maybe not in the Voyager age, like the TNG Deep Space Nine kind of age. And then they had like the writers, those writers writing for it. That might work. But alas. Holly Hunter earns her place among the Star Trek's all-time greatest Are you kidding me? I was actually going to say she is worse than Janeway, which she is, but that would be implying that Janeway was like in the bad part of the gradient scale of good and bad. What am I trying to say here? No, if Janeway, I think, would be like on a 7. Like Kirk is 10, Picard is 10. Janeway would be, I think, a 7. She would be, at best, 2, if I'm being generous. Like the Holly Hunter character. Who just loves going bare feet all over the place and shoving her feet in front of the camera all the time. Like pretzeling around in the captain's chair. Like, she's like someone who's trying to be interesting without actually being interesting. Like she puts too much effort into looking like she's interesting rather than actually being interesting. Like the way she's like sitting in the chair and on the bridge with like a book and the glasses. Like she wants people to see her and then think that she's some kind of free spirit, interested. Like she has some kind of interesting things to say and all that. And then she hear her talk. And it's just nothing but stupid. The most, yeah, just like a what do you call it? Like a Californian writer. That sits at Starbucks every day, wanting people to see them at writing a script, rather than actually write a script. They need to be seen to look like they're interesting. Where was I? While the entire ensemble is brimming with talent. Again, maybe if they had like better directors and writers and things that could like bring out some kind of a good performance from them, maybe. But like again, no, they're just like the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of acting, the Marvel type of humor acting, the all will that happen kind of dialogue and stuff, all the Whedon-esque, Joss Whedon-esque kind of wannabes trying to emulate Joss Whedon, but just superficially. They're just too superficial and just yeah. Like again, get some good directors, get some good scripts. You could probably get a good performance out of them, but again, like no, it's just dumbness all around. What am I saying? Do I want to even bother? How much is that? I don't know. I don't really feel like finishing this. This is just more trip. So Fleet Academe is the future of Star Trek. I hate that that's true. I don't think we're ever going to go back to the way it was. Like that's never happened again. That was just a snapshot in history. But it doesn't mean it can't improve. I don't really need things to be exactly the way it was back in the day, but it's still, I just need something to be good, interesting. Like again, this kind of show, I think it is an interesting premise, and you have like interesting ideas for characters. It's just there's today they're not. It's just they can't follow through with it nowadays. I don't know what that is really. I don't know why we've lost that. Because, like, we used to have it. Like, the talent was there, but then we just... For some reason, it just stopped. Like, no one wanted to learn from old veterans who knew how to do things. Like, they think they could just... We're just going to do it our own way, and they think that it's all going to be roses and sunshine, but no, it turns out it's not that easy. It's not that simple. I don't know. Maybe eventually they'll understand. Maybe if they give them more experience. Maybe if they go out and get more life experience. Maybe... I don't know. I just... Not... Things aren't as good as they used to be. That's... If you didn't realize that was the crux of my thesis already. But it doesn't have to be. It just... There can be a new kind of good. They just need to... They need to get there. Like, they need to be allowed the... I don't know, what am I trying to say? They need, like, allowed to get the experience, to get... Allowed to learn... like what's good and what's not good, learn how these things, learn techniques, learn things to get them up to the same level as it used to be. But I don't know why people are just so opposed to that nowadays. That is... Anyway, there's my rant. I don't really feel like finishing the article. It's just... what the comments say. Without seeing it going out on a limb, predicting this will be cancelled soon. This was old Kurtzman Trek, which is on the way out with the sale to Skydance. Skydance wants nothing to do with anything in... Oh, it's being sold, is it? Maybe we should look that up later. Just how it shall follow the... Yeah, I understand wanting to go back to its roots, but I don't think it can. Just needs... If it's gonna be... It's gonna be new. Like the same way they did with like Next Generation from like the original series Next Generation. Like they're not exactly the same. But like it's still good in the way that like with the writing and characters and stuff. They're not it's not like they're on the same level. It doesn't have to, and it doesn't really have to be the same level as the original. But it's good in its own right. Like things today can be good in their own right too, if you let them. All right, maybe I'll just I should just get off the topic. Let's just continue on. Yeah. Yeah, that's what do you think? Comment below. What do you think about the new? Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. What do you think about the new Trek? What do you think about? I don't know. Just tell me what you think. What are you thinking about right now? What did you eat this morning? Just comment that. Or whatever. Anything. Or yeah. There we go.